It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers, and it's coming up next.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here to begin this one is Cameron Dicker. And here we go from LA. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now it's Mahomes. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one finds Xavier Worthy. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
1st down, ball at the 36. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Up and good from Blankenship. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Sends a return, Naheem Hines. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Chargers take the field. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically, kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Herbert from the gun. Conklin brings it in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of game.
It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He finds McConkey. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Chargers will have a first.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there, and it brings up an LA first down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Into traffic, complete. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Second down, here's an option to the right. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets him up with 1st and goal.
Certainly drop these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
Shotgun snap to Herbert. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
So the incompletion on first. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Herbert to throw. And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. His return starts at the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the second time this game. And the last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Stopped by Deion Henley.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
From the 32. That's brought in by Hunt. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. It's Pacheco again. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Running out of the gun with Pacheco. Juked it by a man, and now he's in the clear. And they'll bring him down to put an end to this opening quarter. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. 7-3 is our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
A 2nd down throw for Mahomes. Hauled in by Gray. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it! And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Back to the air, Mahomes. Touchdown, Kansas City! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out, and it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw, but hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Hines. And look at this return. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. The defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Now Herbert again. Lays out. What a catch. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
When coaches discuss their favorite plays of a game, I guarantee you this one's going to be on it. Not just because of the catch, but because of the effort to go lay out and bring in an off-target throw.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. It's Herbert once more. Connects with the open man downfield. Punches it in for the LA touchdown. The Chargers take a second quarter lead. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Tiburon now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Chiefs and Rashee Rice readying for a new series on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Putting a receiver in motion. A 2nd down run by Pacheco. Still working past the 40. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. They go play action. It's Mahomes. Called in by Worthy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Mahomes. This one finds Kelsey. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
Oh, things weren't about to end after the 1st hit or the 2nd. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
They send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. This one's caught. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. Now the 2nd time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a 2nd home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Butker to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Hines. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Herbert from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First down, ball at the 36. Throwing from the gun here. That throw finds Conklin. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Chargers are on the move here. 2nd and 3 now. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Conklin brings it in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
That throw finds Johnston. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Herbert throwing again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. And now they face 2nd and long.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Herbert to throw once more. Gets this one to Harris. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
3rd and long for him here. Into the hands of Conklin. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he gets him around 6 there. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. So we've reached halftime. Only a field goal game so far. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Hines. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And they send a man in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Connects on the crosser. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Here's a give up the middle. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He lofts it deep left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To throw, Herbert. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Herbert on 1st down. Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
3rd and just 2 to go. Another carry for him. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was, just focused on executing the play in front of them.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
It's an LA touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They bring their tight end left. First down throw, Mahomes. Kelsey's got it right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
A give right side. Here's Pacheco. Past midfield to the 45. And finally down right along that opposing 40. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, it's Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. And now they face second down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Here's Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first. Third and just 2 to go. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
To the line we go. They're set, first and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. Finds his man. It's Worthy. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Back to the air, Mahomes. Caught by the open man. And he takes it down to the 2, but no touchdown. He's out of bounds. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Another throw for Mahomes. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Hines. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Chargers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. 1st and 10, here's Herbert. He's got a man left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says 2 things in every production meeting. Number 1, well, we got to stop the run. And number 2, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First and 10, Herbert. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. From the red zone now. This throw is cupped. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Cut near the goal line. And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 26. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Motioning the tight end left. Mahomes on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Second and 3 now. Throwing again, Mahomes. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say at the 5-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Third and short. Here's Mahomes. That's caught for the 1st. Touchdown, Kansas City. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
This to go up by a field goal here in the 4th. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs push their lead to 3. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Hines. And look at this return. Races past midfield. Field flipping return as he brought it down on the opposite side of the 50.
That's what the best special teams units do, Kate. Right there, they just counterpunch. Yeah, they just took one to the chin. They looked up at the scoreboard, they're down, but that special teams unit, they took it upon themselves to fight back, and they've set this offense up with great field position.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Herbert now. Into the hands of Conklin. And this one doesn't go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Herbert from the gun. Johnston brings it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
Throw left side, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Herbert throwing again. Escapes. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. He'll throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers take a 4th quarter lead. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
No change to the call on the field. So that play is going to remain a touchdown. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Chiefs returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Has a man, it's Brown. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
It's the 2-minute warning here in LA. Chiefs needing 4 points. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the 47. Hauled in by Worthy. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. New set of downs for him from the 46. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Here he is to throw. Throw over the middle, cut by Brown. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Tight end in motion left. Setting up to pass. Into the hands of Worthy over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Second and 3 now. He'll look to throw it. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Extra point upcoming. This to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Butker on now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Hines. stopped on the return at the 27. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They find themselves down here in the fourth after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Throwing on first is Herbert. A bit of desperation on this team. Big gain downfield. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, Herbert. Finds McConkey. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. From the red zone now. This one's caught. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Herbert to throw once more. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys, they're climbing up their walls.
Second and 3 now. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. One final shot here. Buys time, rolling right. So the Chargers come away with the win in this one. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Chargers as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.